Section 19. Discharge of accused operates as acquittal. The order indicated in preceding section shall amount to an acquittal of the discharged accused and shall be a bar to a future prosecution for the same offense unless the accused fail or refuses to testify against his accused in accordance with sworn statement constituting the basis of discharge. So section 18 means if the accused failed to testify his own statement with his co-accused, he will be liable and he will he will be charged a case against on him by fail to testify a statement on his co-accused. Section 19. When the mistake has been made in charging the proper offense, when it become manifest at any time before the judgment that make a mistake has been made in charging the proper offense, and the accused cannot be convicted of offense charged of any offense necessarily include therein, an accused shall not be discharged if there appears a good cause to detain him. In such case, the court shall commit accused to answer the proper offense and dismiss the original case upon filing the proper information. So section 19 means when there is a mistake charging the proper offense, the person who will liable for that matter is not be discharged. Therefore, the court will make the proper offense and it will only change the offense that being charged on him, but it doesn't mean he will be discharged. And the court will only change the proper offense that suitable on him. Section 20. Appointment of acting prosecutor. When a prosecutor, his assistant, or deputy is disqualified to act due in any ground stated in Section 1, Rule 137, or any other reasons, the judge of the prosecutor shall communicate with the Secretary of Justice in any latter may appoint after prosecutor. So clearly states that in Section 20, no appointment of acting prosecutor or proxy. However, no assistant or wife of the prosecutor or assistant of the prosecutor. Section 1 of 137 states clearly the judge will communicate the Secretary of Justice to provide an acting prosecutor. Section 21. Exclusion of public. The judge may motu proprio exclude the public from the courtroom if the evidence to be produced during the trial is offensive to decency of public morals. He may also, on motion, on accused, exclude the public from the trial except court personnel and the counsel of parties. So, meaning, in Section 21, the judge may make his own decision. For, for example, rape cases, rape cases will be held in public, but in that matter, it will be held in the courtroom. So that is the section 21 says.